Neo Yokio. What's not to love about high society exorcists and robot butlers? And Jaden Smith? Who doesn't love him? And it's a Netflix original. What's not to like? A lot of things, actually. Neo Yokio is pretty bad. I get the feeling that Netflix purposely made it the ugly duckling of their production, hoping that it would serve as an underdog of sorts that would come out as a hit in the end. But to do that, you need a little more substance than just big names slapped on the production. My biggest problem with Neo Yokio is the animation. I know not every film can be a Studio Ghibli masterpiece, but that doesn't mean you can get away with this shit. Everything feels stilted and cheap. Whenever a character talks, it makes the actor seem more like a disembodied voice accompanied by a flapping mouth rather than an actual animated character having a conversation. Especially since whenever the character is talking, their bodies barely even move. They look very obviously like copied and pasted mannequins. If this poor excuse for animation was supposed to be a callback to the 90s aesthetic, then maybe try to recreate the style, not relive it. Also, the shot composition is horrendous. There's no artistic style, no dramatic flair. It's like the production team just plopped a camera down on a tripod to record the scene before it, rather than setting up the shot to initiate a mood or feeling from the audience. All dramatic sequences failed to be dramatic. It's supposed to be a reveal, maybe have that reflect in your camera work. Something that is really easy to do, which Neo Yokio completely skipped over, is the audio design. Apparently, they have never heard of Foley. Every single scene seems to be a lot quieter than they are meant to, which hinders animated media because audio helps ground the animation. It's not just seeing Kaz Khan sit on a gravestone, it's also hearing it. That's what it takes to be immersive. While watching Neo Yokio, I never felt like I was vividly present in experiencing the story. I felt like I was looking through a 1-inch thick piece of plastic. I was never engaged in the world. The technical aspects failed to keep me immersed in the story. Sorry, that's the consequence for having disappointing animation, dull composition, and minimal audio design. Last but not least is the writing. The writing in Netflix's Neo Yokio is not that bad. Let me rephrase. The everyday episode script is literal shit. I don't know why this script is so disconcerting. Just kidding, yes I do. You can't have a character say,
"Hey, do you squash? We should squash sometime."
Or,
"Knock knock, it's me, Kaz. I brought you a big Toblerone."
Side note, this is the only spotlight that this giant Toblerone bar is getting. Yes, we get it, you guys go to sponsor. And the big Toblerone bar is a metaphor for Kaz Khan. Whoop-de-doo.
I had a dream that a Toblerone was in trouble and that Toblerone was you.
Shut up, Helena! It's just stupid dialogue and really bad episode plots. There are so many times where I've wondered how these characters have gotten from point A to point B. I don't know how Kaz figured out Helena's exorcism from talking to this perfume-spraying old man at the cemetery. And I have no idea why this old lady suddenly jumped out of Charles. Doesn't that defeat the purpose of a robot butler? Wouldn't it be a mecha butler? My point is that this show doesn't use writing devices. At all. So when I say that Neo Yokio's writing isn't bad, I'm mainly talking about the underlining themes. Maybe I'm making a mountain out of an anthill, but I really do think that Neo Yokio has potential. It has decent representation of people of color and those who are in the LGBT community, but that's not what I want to focus on. Jaden Smith, who is Kaz Khan's voice actor, does a lot of work where he's criticizing present-day high society. He's mocking them through his art. Maybe that's why he signed on for this project? The world where Neo Yokio takes place revolves around social status and appearances. The Bachelor Board is the biggest example of this. Sound familiar? Through major dramatization of real-world actions, Neo Yokio is mocking modern-day society. It's calling out people who live like the Kardashians and etc. Like I said, it does have potential, but Neo Yokio failed to get their parody across thanks to the weak writing that doesn't highlight the downfalls of their society until the very last episode. The Boondocks is an amazing example of a show that executes exactly what Neo Yokio failed to do. In the end, Neo Yokio is a failed attempt that only comes out as charming due to pity. And that's all I got for this thing.